Doing you? All right, man. So today is Monday. I'm here with this brother right now. I just walked up to him and I was just asking him, hey, man, would you like to just share a couple things about who you are and what you learned in life?
They call me Reese. I'm from 52nd Street.
Okay.
West Philadelphia.
Okay. All right. West Philly.
Yeah. One thing I can say about as far as life, I'm 60 years old.
Really?
Yeah.
You know? All right. Wow. You look great, brother. You look great, brother.
Thank you. And every day is a blessing. Every day is a new beginning.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in a part of the land of the living, you wake up and put your feet on the ground. You don't take it for granted.
So
there's many within a day, an hour, that didn't wake up and get a chance to get up out of their bed.
That is true. Wow.
Written, they can't move. And one thing I come to find out, God is real.
Okay.
Without a doubt, man. God is real. I don't, whoever your higher power is, whatever you believe in, stop taking it for granted. That it's just because. It happened just because I thought that way.
Wow.
For the younger folks, everything that you doing, a person, your mom or older person has done already. It may have been back then chocolate ice cream. For your day it's vanilla, but it's ice cream.
Yep.
It's all the same. Everything revolves and goes back around, comes back around.
Wow.
So, don't take it for granted. When I always thought my mom told me that, better get yourself together because you ain't gonna be young forever.
Wow.
And I didn't really click.
Yeah, of course it don't. It don't, right?
Right. Until I got older and started thinking back, and I started seeing how God played the part, how my mother's prayers, my grandmother's prayers, being in places and things, areas, and doing things that I had no business of doing, but God, having His hands upon me, kept me. And I'm talking about from being shot in the head,
really,
of that sort.
Wow.
And I took it for granted. Just because, I got shot, But the young mind, it says train up a child in the way he,
yes, sir.
Direct his path. He's your father.
Yep. He will not.
And my mom used to take me to church and stuff, but I used to be like, I would go in one door and leave out the other.
Yeah, right.
From we being there all day.
Mm-hmm.
It got to the point where she said, somebody said they didn't see me in Sunday school. She said, where you been? You've been getting up early in the morning, going to church with me. And then as soon as we get there, you turn around, leave out the other door. If it's that bad, then you don't have to go. But to tell you what, all that I was taught in church, I believe. I believe there's a God, a living God, true living God. I'm a Christian. I believe Jesus Christ died for my sins.
Okay.
I believe that, He's alive and He has His hands upon me. Man.
Wow. And you said that you was from West Philly. So can you tell us a little bit, like, growing up in West Philly, what was that like at that time for you? Like, what is, like, your memory about living in West Philly?
Well, being, the area that I'm 52nd Street was a business district, just riding around on my bike.
Okay.
Running on the block.
Okay.
52nd and Chancellor.
Do you feel like everybody in the neighborhood knew pretty much everybody? Like if you were caught by Miss Gladys down the street, was she allowed to kick your behind and then bring you home and your mom would kick your butt too?
Well, they would tell. They would tell on you.
They would tell on you for your love because they loved you.
My mom would say, such and such told me you was out there. Yeah.
We watched over each other.
Know who watched.
Yes. You had to watch over the everybody.
That's right. So I'm thankful. My neighborhood that I grew up with, we were talking in here. The brother that that's working here. He's from Philly. The
Yes.
young lady.
Yes. Yep.
She's from Philly, so they we all can just recall things in our area, how things were.
Yeah.
We had a park in our area called Black Oak Park. It's now Malcolm X Park now.
Okay.
And what was that song? Do it in the dark. Oh yeah,
Okay.
but we used to say Black Oak Park. Oh yeah, Black Oak Park. So just going through that era of gangs.
Yeah. So what do you think what are one things that you feel like when people think of Philly, they have a certain idea of it? What's one thing that you feel like they get wrong about Philly when people say Philadelphia or West Philadelphia?
Well, just like any place, there's always a bad area, and there's always good areas. It's just out here also. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
But,
absolutely.
Philly is a beautiful place. It has a whole lot going on. Everybody looks up and first thing come up, man, Philly is that because of
Exactly.
that bad
Yeah.
area,
Yeah.
Kensington,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we all
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And but it also has the good areas where you could go to the park.
Okay.
That park is big. Fairmount Park is a very large park. It's almost as large as Central Park.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it has different areas in there. This one time I took I'll share this. I took my daughter in the park riding a bike, and we stopped, and it's a place called Whispering Wall.
Okay.
Right, and you could sit, and it's large. You could sit on one end, and I could talk and whisper, and you can hear me all the way on the other side.
Wow.
But that was something for my daughter at the age of, I think she's about 9 or 10.
Okay.
She didn't, never seen it. She was just amazed to, we used to go swimming at Kelly's pool where they had the high dive, diving board, and all of that. And, 17 feet, and all of that. Now it's just one big pool now.
Okay, so you said you got a little bit older, and you said your parents and your family's prayers. Like, around what age do you think you started, I guess, being a knucklehead, learning, trying to grow up?
All my life.
Yeah, right. No, yeah,
but
of course.
As a youth, I went through some trials.
Did they not have like community settings for you guys growing up, or did they have?
Yeah, but see, unfortunately, I was born in New York.
Okay.
And my mother passed, and my family was separated.
Okay.
My aunt adopted me and brought me to Philadelphia.
Yes, got it.
At that time, my 2 daughters were grown.
Yes.
So I was a young kid,
Yes.
6 years old.
Okay.
There wasn't a male figure. She had moved on out of her marriage, and her daughters were my cousins.
Yes.
Grown.
Yes.
On their way graduating out of school, getting ready to go to college. So here I am, a young kid. So the factor of having a male figure is very important within the household. It's very important because I took to the streets. I took to my friends' older brothers.
And they didn't know any better either. They was growing up.
Yeah.
They was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, but I mean, we always say, I wish it was this way. Where I am and my life is the way it was because of God.
Yes.
God, He has me right where He wants me at this moment in life. You being here.
Yep. Yeah, right. I know.
All of this is,
Yes, sir.
It's just it's a joy. Man.
So, is it Reese, right? So we about to close out. So anything you want to just say before we finish with this interview? And I appreciate you sharing with this lost. I feel like the generation is lost. The music from what's going on. And like you said, the male figure and, hurt people. So I feel like a lot of mothers probably grew up as daughters. They hurt and now they taking out on the dude and just continues the generational issue. So any words you want to say before we close?
Don't take this journey of life for
Dang.
Don't take it for granted.
Tell them, man. Tell them.
Because it could end in an instant. Tomorrow's not due.
Nope. Not at all.
Don't take it for granted.
You want to shout out the channel, Nolan Noble?
Alright, Nola Noble.
Yes.
I appreciate you interviewing me.
Yeah, no problem.
Taking the time, it was a reason
Yeah,
that this
yeah,
happened.
yeah.
You know, only God knows.
All right, you
I'm
take
thankful.
care, man. You keep doing your thing. All right.